Hi, I'm teacher Leela with LO7. Have you ever had a class where your students seemed less than interested or the lesson just seems to fall flat? I think we have all been there with a class that just needs some pep and pizzazz to get it going. So how can we do just that? How do we create an awesome and fun learning culture in our classes? How do we achieve that most coveted student smile and giggle? Check out this happy student.
Ellie, bite the apple. Bite, Ellie, bite. No, no. My apple, my apple.
Let's talk about a few pointers. First, I can't say enough about your tone and facial expression the second the students enter the class. You set the stage for the whole class in those first few moments. Now, if the first few moments are less than sparkly, don't worry. We'll talk about what to do with a train wreck in a moment. But remember that first impression is key to setting up a successful class. Let's look at a few faces. Which one would you rather be greeted by? Crazy Pants? Mrs. Boring and Mr. Frowny? Or how about these happy people? I think we would all agree that these people look happy and pleasant. From the student's perspective, you might be intimidating without even knowing it. Can you remember a teacher or other adult that you really dreaded when you were young? Of course you can. Now, think about the qualities that as a kid turned you away from that person. Got it? So start there. You probably didn't like how boring they were, and you probably didn't like the tone of their voice, their stern appearance, or their less than friendly mannerisms. So now we have a picture of what not to be like. So let's talk about what we should be like. It might seem a little silly and basic, but smile a lot. Not that one that's forced because you stayed up too late, but that one that radiates happiness and kindness and a genuine joy to be seeing your students. Now match that smile with your best greeting in your most friendly tone. Hi, Cindy. How are you? I'm so happy to see you today. Remember that teacher or adult that you disliked as a kid and you still remember 10 years later? They didn't greet you like they were happy to see you, did they? Now, let's watch this clip of teacher Catherine joyfully greeting her students.
Hello, Betty.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, it is so good to see you again. It is so nice to see you. How are you? How are you?
I'm happy.
Oh, you look very happy. You look happy. I am happy too. I am happy too. Do you want to see Skylar today? Would you like to see Skylar? Hello, Benny!
Hello. Hello.
I'm Skylar.
Now we have set the pace for our class. So what next? How do we keep this hype from falling flat? Let's discuss a few ideas. First, simply show some genuine interest in your students. Ask them about what they like. Think back when you were a kid and you could talk to a brick wall about your favorite video game for hours. Well, try to find that thing that your student wants to tell you about endlessly and be really interested in it with them. Ask questions about it. Show enthusiasm. You can also create this same effect with a game that the students actually enjoy. Ask your students for a game that they like to play and try it. If you don't know how to play it, have them explain it to you. Let's watch these clips of some tutors finding out about their student interests.
Go ahead. I want to hear Harry. Let's hear Harry.
You are playing the November.
He's playing, is that the cello?
Magic Mirror.
Oh, wow, you guys. That is...
How did these tutors know about their student interests? They asked. So now the class mood is set. Now take a step into the lesson content. The students are much more likely to be cooperative with the lesson after we've set up a good class intro. Learn to recognize the students' cues that they are bored. Looking away, yawning, obviously doing something off screen, or just the blank stare. When you see these cues, it's time to take action. Things have started getting dull, and it's time to change the pace. Pop in a quick chant or a song for younger kids. I'm sure everyone can think of one that you can remember from when you were young. Do a quick freeze dance game with your bundle of energy kids. So the pace has now changed. The boringness has passed. Now they're back with you. Try to keep changing up your methods so that you do not lose their interest. You can check the photo bank for silly pics to get some giggles in too. There are so many different ways that you can change things up, too many to mention. The teacher Facebook page is a great place to ask for ideas if you're coming up short. There are YouTube videos like this one and even documents with game ideas that are sorted by age. Pick one and try it. Everyone has heard the saying that laughter is infectious. Remember that in your classes. Think of your students like a mirror reflecting your energy. Figuring out what energizes you before classes can help tremendously with your energy level. Another topic that we have all heard about is TPR and props. What better way to help someone understand something than to act it out for them? Be the elephant. Help them feel the heat of the sun or the chill of the wind. See how TPR and props can work hand in hand? Have the students try it out with you. Make a competition. Who can do the best tiger or impersonation of a famous singer? A teenager is probably not going to enjoy being an elephant, so make sure that your TPR matches your age group. Let's watch teacher Meg help her students enjoy music with some TPR.
What is this?
It's a drum.
Very good sentence, Richard. Isabella, can you say, it's a drum?
It's a drum.
Oh, awesome. Play the drum. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Good job. Awesome.
Remember those name boxes at the top left of the screen where you can add points? Use that to put a little competitive edge in your lesson. Who can say it the fastest? Who can say it first? Who can say it the loudest? Who can say it the softest? Who can give the best full sentence answer? This gives incentive to participate and do well, because who doesn't like to win? Let's watch teacher James conduct a competitive flash game with his young students.
Okay, now we've got 3, 2, 1. What's this?
Stop!
Okay, Alex came through there. So we've got Alex on 10 points. We've got Esther on 12 points. And we have Dana on 8 points.
Now, let's talk about our Zoom and courseware tools. You can use these to attract attention as well. Try drawing a picture for better understanding. The students are usually delighted to be allowed to draw on the screen, so let them do it. If it gets out of hand, you can always disable the annotate feature and move to a new activity. Have students write out their own sentences on the screen as well. You could have them build a funny story this way. So many ideas to try. Let's watch teacher Lauren demonstrate great use of the annotate tools.
Very good. What else? What else does she need? What do you think? Oscar, what's next? What does she need?
Mom.
She has a little tiny mouth. Arm. Good job. What does her arm look like? Big, small, fat,
Big.
A big? Is it
See
Yeah.
that?
Be
Pets.
the
Pets.
All right.
So now let's talk about the train wreck scenario. You're trying some new ideas and they are falling flat to blank stares. What now? Ask yourself a few quick questions. Do I look happy to be here? Do I seem energetic? Am I showing interest in the students? If the answer is no to any of those preliminary questions, then fix that aspect first with the tips that we've mentioned beforehand. It also might be that your speech is at too high of a level for the students or just too fast. They might not understand your instructions. Try using simplified language and slow down a little. Maybe the student is just having a bad day. Don't slack off your efforts because of lack of desired results. Maybe you will hit just the right key and the student will suddenly be interested. You never know, so don't quit trying. Also, consider that not every student is a fan of super silly, especially as they get older. Some would rather just maybe tell you about their interests in an engaging conversation than being super goofy. Try to develop the artful skill of reading your students' personalities. This may take a little more time and a few classes to get a good feel. Try a few different angles and see what works. After you've found a good method, your students will feel more comfortable and enjoy class with you. This is just a small sampling of ideas that you can use in your classes. I would love to hear your ideas. Add them in the comments below, and we can collect even more great ideas by working together.